Hi friends, almost we have another 37 days left for our examination. Now the question is how effectively we can utilize this period. See, almost this preparation, often we call that this preparation is like a marathon race. A very long race. Endurance and consistency is the key. But please do remember, we are there almost reaching our final line. It means we are there in the last lap of our race. Often we regard it as a sprint lap. It means you have to increase your pace. Every second of this period has to be utilized. I'm telling you, 37 days, if you're using it very effectively, this is going to be that game changer. Now comes the question, how to utilize this 37 days? What should be my strategies? What should be my plan for almost taking this preliminary examination on 2nd of June? Now, for a person who has studied almost for the past 1 year, this 37 days has to be utilized for revision and practice. If that is the case, let me insist on that revision technique and what exactly practice part can almost be part of it. Right. Now when I talk about this 37 days, why I am insisting on this word called as revision is very simple, because always we insist people don't read anything new. You are there in the last lap, so please ensure that you are not reading anything new. Whatever you have read, whatever you have studied for the past 1 year, you go for revision. And it is not only revision, right? What converts your knowledge into mark in the examination is all about techniques of preliminary examination. Now comes the question, how to master this technique, right? The most commonest approach of mastering the technique comes in only one way, that you call it as practice. Practice of what? Practice of multiple choice questions. So my dear friends, make it very clear, nothing new you are going to study. Whatever you have studied so far, almost consolidate the material and now almost start your effective revision plan. Now, what are the subjects that I have to revise? And comes a very popular question. Is it that every subject I have to almost deal it with the same degree of importance? My choice is no. Right, we call it as return on investment. There are few subjects where the certainty of the question is very, very high in the examination. It means my revision time for this subject will be high. Right, what is that subject? Undoubtedly it is Indian polity. So if I start ordering that subjects, what are the subjects? I should take it in priority, or in the day-to-day parlance, let me call it as return on investment. If that is the case, the first subject in my priority list is Indian polity. Indian polity is followed by Indian economy, then followed by environment, then followed by geography, and then followed by modern Indian history. This 5 subject is very, very important. It means these 5 subjects has to be given the pivotal area or pivotal time in your revision plan. Not only this, past 4 years, when I talk about the number of questions that is asked in current affairs, not less than 20 questions they asked. If that is the case, if everything goes good, somewhere on an average, I can expect somewhere around 25 questions in current affairs. Very theoretically speaking, whatever is the amount of time I invest every day, 1/4 of the time I should invest for current affairs. So mathematically speaking, this is what I should invest for current affairs. So put it very simple. 5 subjects what we have taken in priority, right? If you want to add 2 more subjects, I advise you can add art and culture to the existing list, and maybe the areas of science and technology you can almost add it. Otherwise, this 5 subjects what I said is a core area. Give utmost importance for this area. Your revision planner should be focused around these 5 areas, followed by current affairs. Now comes the question, is it only revision I am going to do, or should I almost supplement it with multiple choice question? Answer is both. You have to take it hand in hand. Now comes the division of time. How much time I should read, revise, how much time I should practice. It is almost coming in the ratio of 3:1. Say for example, this is the time you have to read at least 12 hours a day. I am not quantifying the time. Please ensure that this 12 hours is a quality time. To ensure quality time, you also ensure that almost this 12 hours is divided into different segments. Right, each and every session not less than 2 hours and certainly not more than 3 hours. Maybe in a day you'll be having somewhere around 4 to 5 such sessions with decent break in between. Now, whenever I talk about dividing into sessions, what you can do, or if you want me to quantify the time, say for example somewhere around 8 to 9 hours you should utilize for revising subjects or rereading the subject. Another 3 to 4 hours, which is very important for mastering the technique, you should go for practice of multiple choice question. Say for example, next 2 days I have allotted for revising polity. Right, you revise polity. After completing polity on the second day, immediately you take the questions on polity, you start solving it. Now, for example, when I talk about solving the questions, most of the time, solving the questions, you start almost mastering the technique. That is number one. And number two, there is a chance that test also act as a source of your knowledge. What is not there in your textbook or what was hiding between the lines in your textbook will be almost asked, and most of the time it comes as a question in multiple choice question. So if there is a chance, you have almost more opportunity to know new things from solving multiple choice questions also. So for it very simple, somewhere around 8 to 9 hours, you revise the subject, you read the subject. Even in this 8 to 9 hours, put it in such a fashion that 75% you devoted for the core area, the conventional area, and 25% for your current affairs. Why 25% for current affairs? Make it very simple. That is the number of questions or percentage of questions that is asked in examination. Right. Then immediately you supplement it with the practice questions. If you're exhausted with the number of questions, if you say that questions are not available according to my demand, we have an answer. Officers IAS Academy has at least 10,000 questions to facilitate the same. 97 subtopics are given. So once you revise a subtopic, you select the questions, you practice it. Now, as I said, 8 to 9 hours of revision, 3 to 4 hours of practice. And again, please insist that Indian polity you revise more, followed by economy, environment, geography, and modern Indian history. And similarly, I am not advocating you to leave any areas as such, but still these are the areas where utmost importance has to be given. And there is always a popular question, what should I do with CSAT? Right, CSAT is also equally important, no denial about it, but please keep it in mind, CSAT is only qualifying in nature. Right, normally I have a belief, or as an individual I strongly believe a person who normally qualifies in paper 1, GS paper 1, is more competent enough to qualify in GS paper 2, that is your CSAT. If you're not convinced with the statement of what I have given, you can do one thing, you can test your caliber with CSAT. How can exactly you can test it? Make it very simple. Randomly you pick some question paper or some question that is asked in UPSC in the past years. Say for example, any question paper of CSAT ranging between 2015 to 2018 you select it. I have a reason why I am just advocating only from 2015. Because 2015, another cosmetic changes was made in CSAT, right, where English comprehension was almost taken away, where we do not have questions in decision making. So when I talk about today's pattern, what ranges between 2015 to 18 is what we are almost having it as a question paper. Randomly you select one. Almost if time permits, exactly you try solving this paper exactly between 2:30 and 4:30. Why I insist on 2:30 and 4:30 is very simple, because this is the time where UPSC conducts the same examination on some Sunday. Right. So set between 2:30 and 4:30, this 2 hours you solve it, check the answer key which is published by UPSC, evaluate your mark. If you can ordinarily get more than 80-85, you are safe. Right. Otherwise, still we have a technique. Sometimes we call it as a SWOT analysis technique. Then we'll just go for almost in-depth analysis. We'll work it out. If you're very ordinarily getting more than 80, I don't think CSAT will be a problem for you. Right. Here, the decision maker is ultimately your paper 1 general studies. Right. Go for more revision. Go for more practice. Revision and practice is the only way out which will almost make you to qualify this examination. Dear friends, whatever hard work you have put for 1 year, this will become meaningful only if you use or utilize this 37 days very effectively and very dedicatedly. Don't mind spending time now. The more you invest, the more dedication you show, UPSC will reward you. I wish you all the best, my dear friends, for facing this examination. Good luck. Thank you.